Drake May saw his first action in the regular season for the New England Patriots this past Thursday, and after watching the game, I can firmly say the New England Patriots made the right decision to not start him. What up, everybody? It's the Rottweiler Patriots. I'm Vegas.
And I'm T-Bone.
And welcome, everybody, to the New England Patriots Week 3 recap. The Patriots fall to the New York Jets on Thursday Night Football by a score of 24-3, a dismal showing for New England in this one. So, let's take a look at what happened in this game. Jets got the ball to start the game, worked down the field a little bit, the Patriots able to get a stop and force a punt. The New England Patriots then decide, let's open the game with play action. The thought process behind this was, we ran the ball so effectively in Games 1 and Game 2, we'll start with a play action attack, hoping that they'll expect the run, and it completely backfired. And they go 3 and out, punt the ball away. And that's the kind of theme for the night that we're going to talk about. The Patriots threw the ball way too much and only ran it 13 times. The thing that has been the strength of your offense, your winning formula, you went away from. That can't happen. 78 total rushing yards, 13 attempts. It means we got that many. Or some of those rushes come from what are considered passing plays where Drake May did scramble. Because we saw May for the first time. We'll get to that. Next play, Jets go down, score a touchdown. This was an interesting drive, I think. The Jets were moving the ball, but around midfield, Jelani Tavai makes an absolutely incredible play on Breece Hall, but is called for unnecessary roughness, which was, I'm sorry, a garbage call. So instead of 2nd and 11 for the Jets and the Patriots getting a huge momentum-swinging play on the drive, the Jets now have first down in New England territory. Which, yeah, not good. So, and the Jets eventually work down the field and score a touchdown. The Patriots then punt the ball on their next drive after 6 plays. And then the Jets score a touchdown again. This time, a 13-play, 91-yard drive after special teams does a great job. Pin them at the 9. Defense can't do much. Patriots able to work their way for a field goal next drive, make it a 14-3 ball game. Packers will miss a field goal on their next drive, so that's your score headed into the half. Patriots come out of the half, 3 and out, kick the ball away. The Jets turn around and score a touchdown. Now, we're going to hold it right here. This touchdown was a touchdown pass short right to Garrett Wilson, who was being guarded by Christian Gonzalez. This is Christian Gonzalez's first ever touchdown that he has ever conceded. I want to show you 2 things with the image that I'm about to put up. And we don't usually put images up during the recap videos. But I want to highlight this play. I want to highlight a few things with this play. So we're gonna put it on screen here for you. Number 1. This is the kind of throw that it takes to beat Christian Gonzalez. It took an inch-perfect throw from Aaron Rodgers in order for him to get Garrett Wilson that ball for a touchdown. A little more to the outside, it's dropped. A little more to the inside, it's 7 points for New England instead of 7 points for the New York Jets. That goes to show, number 1, it's going to be really hard to get touchdowns on Christian Gonzalez. He plays things real tight, and it's wonderful for New England to have a player such as him. And he did a really good job on Wilson all night. You know, this wasn't on him. He made a great play here, Rodgers just made an even better throw, which is point number 2 I want to make with this image. This goes to show the type of game that Aaron Rodgers was having because he was like this all night. Anytime we got pressure, ball was out quick, exactly where it needed to be, found his man, boom, hit him. His adjustments at the line were incredible. His pre-snap, all of it, incredible. Like, Aaron Rodgers had by far his best game of the season and by far his best game with the Jets. He looked incredible in this football game. It was sort of his quote-unquote coming out game with the New York Jets. And no matter what we tried to do, he made life really, 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 really difficult for us. He's making throws like this. This is inch perfect. Any other quarterback in the NFL, Mahomes is getting picked off and it's going the other way. That's how good this throw is from Aaron Rodgers. It's incredible. It is inch perfect. And that's one. Now this takes me to point number 3. This is less important than the first two. One, you got Baller and Gonzo, and 2, Rodgers was just insane tonight, which a big reason why we looked as bad as we did, and why I don't think that this game is necessarily indicative of what the 2024 New England Patriots are. I think we played the Jets on the wrong week. I don't think Thursdays are going to favor us. I think Thursdays are always tough. Anyways, point number 3. It is incredible how one play can completely change a football game. This image you're seeing right here is a 14-point swing and a complete momentum changer. Imagine, if you will, Aaron Rodgers does not throw an utterly perfect football on this play.
You can see him grasping at straws, guys. You can see him doing
Okay, you can shut up. You're just trying to screw with me. I do have a point to make here.
No, you're grasping at straws. Your 14-point swing and the momentum. Be quiet. It's not real.
But okay, I will debate you about momentum all day. Anyway, imagine, if you will, instead of this giving the Jets a 24-3 lead late in the third and solidifying them as the likely winners of this game, the Christian Gonzalez intercepts this football, takes it the other way for a New England Patriots touchdown. All of a sudden, you have a 17-10 game, and the New England Patriots just got one of the biggest momentum-changing plays you can have in football. 14-point swing and a lot of momentum. And that gets the rest of the team fired up. That gets the defense fired up, ready to make another stop here on the Jets. That gets the offense going for when they go out there. It's like, we're in this football game. Our defense gave us a chance. Let's go get them. You can ride that wave. And that's the game of football. That is the game of football. Momentum means everything. You could have a terrible, terrible, terrible first 3 quarters, but you get the momentum, you ride the wave, and you get a win. How do you think 28-3 happened? 28-3 doesn't happen without game-changing plays, without the Patriots building momentum.
Yep.
So, one play can have a major effect on a game, and momentum does mean a lot. And it's unfortunate that this one didn't swing our way, because Gonzo played this perfectly. Rodgers put it in the only spot where he couldn't make a play on it. So, credit to Aaron Rodgers. He played an incredible, incredible football game. So, there you have it. Also, this wouldn't have even been 17. This would have been 14-10. This made it 21-3 at the time. Meanwhile, the Patriots.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
that's the point I wanted to make with this image. Patriots' next drive ends in a punt. Patriots able to hold the Jets off and force them to punt on their next drive, although the Jets got 8 plays but only 39 yards. Patriots' next drive. Ramondre Stevenson fumbles the football and is recovered by the New York Jets. That is the first turnover the New England Patriots have had in 3 games. So, credit where credit's due for New England. They do take care of the football well. Now, we'll talk about that with Jacoby in a little bit. But Ramondre, Cut it out! You've lost 3 fumbles in 3 games now. He's lost a fumble every single game. This is just the first time the defense has recovered it. You have to be better. Okay? You've been good, but you got to protect that rock. If we are going to win football games, we have to win them close. We have to play them close. And you have to protect that rock. We've been lucky so far. Didn't get lucky today. And that basically took out any chance of us winning. So the Jets get the ball deep in New England territory. And the Patriots defense is able to hold them to a field goal. The Patriots offense next drive punts the ball away after getting only 8 yards total. Defense forces a punt. And then Drake May comes out for the New England Patriots, and he'll ride the wave till the end. Let's talk about Drake May and his performance today. May. His first pass was almost intercepted. He was looking for Austin Hooper. May scrambled a couple of times. One of them for a first down on 4th and 8. Able to scramble right 11 yards. So credit there. May finishes 4 for 8, 22 yards, and took some hits. Took a couple of sacks. Threw some incomplete passes. Most notably had a couple to Mario Douglas, who, by the way, we finally threw him the ball, and he had a good game. 7 receptions, 69 yards. Obviously, you want to see more, but you take what you can get. I thought in his debut, Drake May was playing against vanilla defense and backups against the Jets, that he looked okay. And I think what we saw from May and what we saw from the Patriots as a whole today reinforces the need for May to sit and learn from Jacoby. And there's no knock on May. There's no knock on May. I ain't got a problem with his performance today. Or Thursday. But he isn't ready. And there's nothing wrong with that. By the way, I know everyone wants him in. Oh, unlock the passing attack. Because he's got the big arm. He can yeet the ball far. Ain't that simple, guys. It ain't that simple. Jacoby Brissett took an absolute beating in this game. No turnover-worthy throws. Only one real missed throw. He had Austin Hooper open, and this was relatively early in the game. This was on their second drive, I want to say, where he had Hooper open about 15 yards down the field on the left side, and he just missed him. And it wasn't the cleanest of pockets, but it was one of the cleaner ones he saw that night, which goes to say something. We'll talk about the pass rush. But Brissett took a beating. He got sacked 5 times.
Sack City, baby.
And got hit a lot more. And had very little time to throw the football. Dude is an absolute trooper. Absolute trooper. He is a gritty son of a gun. And I am happy that he's willing to stay in there and get annihilated behind a not good Patriots pass protection offensive line. Now, the Patriots offensive line has had injury issues. We're on to our 3rd or 4th left tackle at this point. We're on to our 3rd or 4th left guard at this point. I give up.
Seems like you always are. Seems like you're always having offensive line problems.
Yeah, that's the number one thing that we wish we could have addressed it more. Obviously, it's hard to to address everything, especially a team that had a lot of the needs that New England did. But this ain't a win it all year. And we got a lot of assets to work with. So I think we're in a good position to add the players we need to going into next season to be a really good football team next season. This season is a figure-it-out year for a lot of guys, including the coaching staff, who made mistakes this game. They admitted they made mistakes this game. They could have game planned better. Why we went away from running the football, I don't know. They themselves we should have ran it a lot more. That's on us. I appreciate them taking accountability for that. So, the offensive line, though, you gotta be better in pass pro. I don't care that you're facing a good Jets front. I don't care that you're injured to high heaven. It can't be this bad, man. This was bad. It wasn't okay. And because we chose to throw the ball so much, it made our offense functionally useless. It just has to be better, plain and simple. You can make all the excuses you want for the injuries, but man, it's got to be better. Mike Onwenu, we signed him to a huge extension because he earned it. He played his butt off. And now he can't block to save his life in the pass protection. Whether or not that's on the coaches, I can't speak to. But dude has got to figure it out. We cannot be having Ike Ekwonu levels of offensive tackle regression from him. Because he's our only reliable tackle. Or supposedly
Not anymore, he's
reliable.
not.
I'm hoping this is just 2 bad games. But dude has got to pick it up. Because this is a problem.
I'm not. I'm hoping it's Ike Ekwonu level of regression, like you said.
Why? So I can feel your pain or something like that?
Yeah, you still haven't, by the way. You still haven't.
Call me when you get to feel my joy.
I'd love to. I don't think I can, which is why you'll never be able to feel my pain. I can't feel your joy, just like you can't feel my pain. Idiot. God, you gap so much.
Sure. Anyway. Offensive line's got to be better. Why we're not running the football more, I don't know. Gibson and Stevenson were fine, minus Stevenson not being able to hold on to the football yet again. When you go away, here's a lesson for today's game against the Patriots. Defense did fine. For how Aaron Rodgers was playing, I'm happy with the way the defense performed. For how he was playing in the position the offense put him in, I'm happy with how the defense performed. Other than our inability to tackle. What the hell, guys? Make your tackles. We would have kept this a very close game if we'd made half of the numerous missed tackles that we had. Plain and simple. That has to be better. There's no excuse for that. Otherwise, the defense played fine. Unfortunately, tackling's a pretty big part. Make your tackles. And unfortunately, in the case... When guys do make tackles, like when Jelani Tavai actually makes a tackle, the referees, do flag him for 15 yards. So, I understand the hesitancy, maybe. Because it's better to let a tackle be broken than to give up a 15-yard penalty for just doing your job. But make your tackles, guys. Make your tackles. Offensive line... block your guys. You can do it in the run game. Do it in the passing game, please. If Brissett had more than half a second to throw the ball, maybe passing more would have worked today. But the coaching staff themselves now need to understand you can't throw the ball this much. You can't. You have to pound this rock. You have to pound it down their throats. And you have to make them take it. You can't let them stop the run, because if they stop the run, then you are functionally useless on offense. So you have to run the ball, and you have to run it effectively. And then, once you have established the run, then you can throw in some play action for other stuff. Don't lead with the play action. It didn't work. I understand trying new things, obviously. New team, new staff, got to experiment. Didn't work today. Didn't work. You can't be throwing the ball this much if the line is going to play like this, plain and simple. So stop it and run the ball. Now, looking ahead next week to the San Francisco 49ers. That, in my opinion, due to San Francisco's recent play and due to the significant number of injuries that the 49ers have accumulated, that looks like an extremely, extremely winnable football game. There is an opportunity being presented to you this week against San Francisco. Is it going to be easy? No, it never is, because it is the National Football League. Wins are hard to come by, even for the best of teams. It's why no one ever gets a perfect season. It's why most teams lose at least 3 or 4 games. The best of the best, 3 or 4 games. Because winning is that hard. It's that hard to win consistently. But you got a chance this week. And you have to stick to what works, and you have to execute it, and you have to protect the football. You cannot turn the ball over on this team. If you can't, don't turn the ball over. We've done a really good job with it. Jacoby Brissett, trooper. No major mistakes. Only one bad throw, interception, potential throw all season. And it was week 1 against Cincinnati, and Hunter Henry made a nice play to knock it out of the defender's hands. That's it. All the pressure he's faced from a non-existent offensive line, and he only has one bad throw. That's why Brissett's in this game and May isn't, because May is going to make the mistakes that lead to turnovers, that lead to lost games, because of the pressure of the offensive line. It's not even necessarily about May staying healthy. It's about May not developing bad habits because he's running for his life constantly. Look how that worked out in Carolina last year with Bryce Young, and look where Bryce is now. We said last year, bench Bryce for Dalton, after Dalton had an incredible performance in the Seahawks game last season. We said bench Young, start Dalton, and let him learn. Let him not be running for his life. We were right. We have been officially proven right now. Dalton started this week, and the Panthers won, screwing up everyone's Survivor League. Our two teams now have screwed up everyone's Survivor League this year. I'm so proud. We have to admit, T-Bone, that's a pretty impressive accomplishment that our two teams have pulled off here.
Well, really yes, look where that got Bryce Young. It got Bryce Young a win. It got him a win on the bench.
Yeah, it got the team a win. And it gave Bryce a chance to learn. Bryce developed bad habits and is completely shell-shocked, unable to function because of what he was forced to play with last year. You can't do that to Drake May. May already has footwork issues and pocket presence issues. He creates pressure. He can be inaccurate with his throws. You can't put him in a position to fail. He does not have the knowledge, experience, or ability to function on the current Patriots squad. Jacoby Brissett does. Jacoby Brissett is the right quarterback for this team, for where they're at, and to develop Drake May. You cannot put May out there. Unless Jacoby gets hurt, which feels increasingly more likely at this point in the year with what that line is doing. And Brissett can take a hit, man. Dude has been tough. Impressively tough. Unless Jacoby gets hurt, don't put May out there. Don't even think about it. Ride the year out with Brissett and let May learn. He has a lot to learn from Brissett, and he has a lot to learn about the game of football in general. And if you throw him out there in an environment where he is constantly running for his life, he's going to develop bad habits. You saw it with Bryce, and you've seen it with a lot of other guys. Peyton Manning. Alex Smith talked about it this week. Peyton Manning going out having a terrible rookie season and then becoming the Hall of Fame quarterback that he was an anomaly. But teams decided, because he could do it, because one of the top 5 quarterbacks to ever play the game could do something, their guy could do it too. Look how that worked out for Sam Darnold. He's good now, but that's years later and a lot of development and being with the Niners. I think that helped a lot. Zach Wilson. Look how that worked well for him. Look at the long line of Cleveland Brown quarterbacks who got thrown into the fire and utterly destroyed. Johnny Manziel, Deshaun Kaiser. So many guys.
Actually, I believe it's Deshaun.
Okay, get out of here. It's Deshaun. No, I've never heard anyone say Deshaun. I watched a lot of college football back then, dude. It's not Deshaun, it's Deshaun. Anyway.
I'm going to prove you wrong, and it's going to be so funny.
A lot... That's how they said it, Sage Khan. A lot of guys thrown to the fire. It almost never works out. It worked out once with one of the best quarterbacks to ever play this game. That's an anomaly, guys. You have to realize that. I know you want to put out the young gun who's got a lot of talent and a lot of potential and see what he can do with this football team. He's got the big arm. He can make the big play, but he can't make the big play if he's unable to make every other play as well. Because there's more to a football game than throwing the ball 60 yards down the field. There's more to being a quarterback. That is one tiny, tiny part of being a quarterback. He can do 2 things better than Brissett. He can throw the ball further down the field than Brissett, and he can run faster than Brissett. That's what he has on Jacoby. Jacoby has everything else on him, and that's why Jacoby starts for this team. May has a lot to learn. You cannot put him out there. And I appreciate the fact that the New England Patriots coaching staff understands this. They are developing May the right way. They are doing this the right way, and I appreciate that. And I hope they stick to their guns, not give in to any fan pressure, to have May be the starter because we want to be excited about the young gun. Yeah, he shoots fast, but can he shoot him straight? Fastest draw in the West, but can't hit the target. He got to work on that accuracy. He's got to learn from the seasoned veteran who knows that hitting the target is more important than just being fast about it. He's got to learn. He has to learn. I know there's a lot of excitement around May. I know May is a quarterback who is capable of doing great things. But he has to be able to do everything, especially the little things, well, which he does not do yet. Because he is a young quarterback. And playing in the NFL is really, really hard. It is a completely different game than college. So many great college players failed in the NFL. I don't want that to be Drake May. I want May to be the next great Patriots quarterback. But if you want him to be the next great Patriots quarterback, you have to develop him the right way. The Patriots coaching staff is doing that. They're handling this the right way. I appreciate that. The fans got to understand the vision and understand that you're not, like, this isn't the year. This is a team that is growing and learning and figuring themselves out, establishing an identity. A lot of young guys. A lot of bright futures. Don't just look at the now. Don't just look at the now. Think long term. Think about what's best for Drake May and what's best for the football team. You will win more games with Brissett starting than May starting right now. That's a fact. Because May's going to make mistakes that lose games. Brissett won't. Brissett might not win the game, but he won't make mistakes that lose him. He'll give you a chance. T-Bone, I know I went on for a while there, but you got any thoughts on all of this?
It is absolutely not a sin to bench a guy because he's not ready and to keep him on the bench so he can absorb. I'll talk more about the Peyton Manning versus Alex Smith type beat stuff in the Panthers video, but, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most often it doesn't. It's best to just absorb and learn. Really, it's not bad. It's not bad to do that. Let him learn. So, you guys just need to do better. You guys need to stick with what's working and stray from what's not. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I don't think this week is a reflection of what the 2024 New England Patriots are going to be. I think this was an anomaly. I think it being a short week had an effect. I think us doing a bit of experimentation with the game plan and it not working out had an effect. And I think Aaron Rodgers playing an absolutely incredible football game. I mean, just look at his stats. 27-35, 281, 2 touchdowns. That's insane. Rodgers played an incredible football game. I think a lot of factors came together in our week. I don't think this is what you should expect from the Patriots going forward. A lot of people like to overreact. Trust me, I know. I'm an NC State fan. I woke up at 5:30, drove 4.5 hours to Death Valley, watched my team get murdered, then have to drove 4.5 hours back. And I saw a lot of people overreacting. I saw a lot of people overreacting to this. People love to overreact, especially on the internet. We gotta chill out. This ain't this team. This is an anomaly. You gotta believe that. I trust. I like our chances against San Fran next week. That's gonna be a really, really difficult game because they are still the 49ers. But they haven't been playing their best, and they got some injuries, so the door is open if you want to go ahead and take it. T-Bone, any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
Nope, nothing.
Alrighty then. Please be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. We would love to hear what you all have to say. And that is going to do it for us today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button. Please be sure to subscribe. And we will see you all in the next video.